I told y'all, man. Pnb Rock been to this hood before. The people recognized him as soon as he pulled up in the S600 Benz, chromed out wheels and everything like that. He parked right in front of the chicken and waffle place, and as soon as he did that, everybody that was standing in the corner store right there in front of the convenience store where they get the Black and Miles, they turned and looked, and they instantly started calling people because they remember Pnb Rock is not his first time at that location. The last time he went to that hood, they tried to tell him he couldn't come back, and he said that he's good anywhere in LA. He had his piece on him. So they get out the car, and he opens the door for his girl. So they get out, and basically, as soon as they get to the door, somebody opened the door for him, and that's when they're like, yeah, we got a table for you right here. They didn't even tell him how long the wait was going to be. This is how you know it was a setup. So as soon as they get inside, the people tell them that they have a table for them and that their food is coming up next. And they were going to basically, get their order put through first. So they sitting there and they waiting and waiting. And you see one of the dudes, that little cutout in the wall that shows you where the kitchen is, and you could see the cooks and all that. A guy with the apron, he came and peeked up out of that little hole, the cutout in the wall, and he seen that it was Pnb Rock. So he sent the waitress up there to take the order, and he told her, let me know exactly like how much jewelry he got, what chains, is it gold, diamonds, and how big is the baguettes. And they also say, yeah, and look to see, if the girl wearing any Dior, Chanel like bracelets or anything like that. So the waitress goes up to Pnb Rock. She just tries to act normal and everything like that, because the whole time this is a setup, and everybody that worked inside that chicken and waffles, they knew they was waiting for a lick to come like by them. Pnb Rock already said he was gonna come back, and basically one of the dudes that work inside the Roscoe's or the chicken and waffle place, he personally tried to ban Pnb Rock and make him check in and all this. So it was people that work inside the restaurant was the ones who was affiliated with certain groups, and they were the ones really trying to set up Pnb Rock. So this is who called the father-son duo. Remember, the 19-year-old and his dad was the ones who came and ran down on them. So they take their order, and guess what? They didn't get their food for 40 minutes. For 40 minutes. Now, something should have told Pnb Rock at that moment that this was definitely a red flag. He should have definitely known that after 20 minutes, after 30 minutes, that it's probably best for him to just get up and go, because at this point, they done gave 30 minutes for somebody to get down to his location. The father-son hitters, they had time to go get their stuff, change into all hoodies and sweats, lock and load everything. They went and picked up pieces from dumpsters and garbage cans and back alleys and all that kind of stuff, man. So by the time they got up to the chicken and waffles, Pnb Rock was about ready to leave. He almost was up and walked out the place. And they told him, no, stay. The food is done. We just plating it up. So they tricked him into staying. And this whole time, we thought the pictures that he took, that his girl took, was like as soon as they got their food and like while they were eating, the people came up. No, she didn't even take the picture yet. And they were already in there for 40 minutes. She had to have had the food before she could take the picture of it. So by the time the food came out, the dudes who was going to do the drill were already standing outside. They were anticipating that maybe they'd get it to go since it took so long. Maybe that this and that. They purposely didn't cook the food until they knew the whereabouts of the guys who were going to come to rob him. They waited until they were like, hey, is they on their way? Okay, if they on their way, I'm going to crack the egg right now and start cooking the food. So then by the time they hand the food up to Pnb Rock, that the guy is like basically ready to come and up the pole and try to take his $500,000 worth of the jewelry that he had on him. And one thing about the rappers is that everywhere these rappers go, they gotta have all their jewelry, chains, watches, necklaces, baguettes, diamonds. They gotta have all the jewelry with them. So this is what these dudes targeted. They knew first of all that Pnb Rock was coming into their hood. They seen him before the last time. It was an issue, it was an altercation. Now he comes back for the second time, really rubbing it in their face that he could go anywhere and he won't be touched. And this is what makes them mad because they're like, man, he's not just going to come in here and act like we not going to get him because last time we told him that he shouldn't come into our hood without checking in. So this is why, like, man, Pnb Rock, RIP, man. And at the end of the day, this should have never happened, man. Like, these dudes literally delayed his food in the restaurant, had the whole restaurant in on it, the cook, the waitress, everybody purposely delayed his service so that these people could come and try to rob him, and basically they took his life. And it's a sad situation because at the end of the day, it's always people who's going to be on that type of time, and this is what you got to pay attention to and be able to get the drop on people before before they try to come and set you up. That's why you always got to keep your head on a swivel and pay attention to all the details, because even in all that setup that they were trying to do, there was tall tale signs. There was exact little details that he could have hinted on and picked up on that could have saved him, man. If only, maybe if he wasn't with the girl and he wasn't trying to sit down and eat at the restaurant, he might have been able to get this to go curbside pickup, or we would have went to a different location. So this is what really got him in that situation, was the fact that they sat down to eat and he wanted to go and show his girl he could sit down and eat somewhere. He had all the jewelry on, regardless if he had the chains on or not. Somebody would have came up to him because he had the car. They could have tried to break in his car and see if he got any valuable items there. A lot of time the rappers are gonna ride around with stuff in their car too, as well as if they wearing $500,000 in chains on themselves. Guess what they hiding in their car? They hiding the Richard Mille or Rolexes, bust downs, or something like that. And so they thought they were at least going to be able to extort him out of some money, like 20,000 or something like that. But once they seen he had all the jewelry on, he had the pieces on, the big ones that's worth a lot, then they sent the dude to basically come and try to hold him up. It was a stick up. The people, they must have paid him off to like make him wait and everything like that. And, you know, at one point they might have even locked the restaurant doors in case he did get up and leave. They would have had to come and unlock it, act like the key broke, act like the lock don't work no more, and just buy more time for the dude to come down, because they all were going to split that money. Everybody that was in on it was going to try to split the money from the guy that took the jewelry, because they would try to melt down the jewelry. Like, whenever rappers' chains get snatched and stuff, they're not really selling it to another person. They could sell it to a person, but it's like it's really somebody buying it to give the person their chain back. But if they don't want to give them the chain back, then they have to smelt it down, go to every pawn shop, go to the blacksmiths, go to all the places, the coin exchange places, and melt down the gold in the chains and give it to them. Because if they bring the chains in, Pnb Rock's chain already been alerted to the police and LAPD in the area. So if they would have went with Pnb Rock's chains directly to the pawn shop, they would have arrested the dude right away. And they already caught the guys on video, and the witnesses from the actual Roscoe's restaurant and the next door businesses, the liquor store and the gas stations, they all seen the guys. They know who they are. They hang out there all the time. They're father-son combo who visit regularly to these places. And so they got busted and got caught red-handed and all that. And so now they're going to have to deal with the karma. So is the people that's in the restaurant, man, because a lot of people blame his girlfriend, Stephanie. They blamed her for a lot of stuff. They were like, man, she should have never posted the picture of where they were with the geotag location. She's still wrong for doing that, but she's not the reason why he got set up like that. It's the restaurant people's fault. And at the end of the day, if y'all rocking with Pnb Rock, let me know what y'all think about the restaurant delaying his food. Do they have a lot of karma? Are they caught red-handed? Do they have some sort of blame in this? Because at the end of the day, whoever was working at the restaurant and they affiliated with the dudes, then they connected with the dudes that hit up PNB Rock, they're the ones that's gonna get the biggest sentence. The feds are coming after them because they used the business to actually delay his food, his order. Like they were supposed to give him quick service and everything like that. So the fact that they conspired together and all this is about to be a big RICO case. And they already know who the guys is connected to. The people that set up PNB Rock, it's the same people PNB Rock was arguing with when the last time he came around. They told him that he had to check in and that he couldn't just go to their hood no more. And the next time he goes to their hood and he gets set up. So let me know what you think about this whole entire situation. RIP to PNB Rock.